try. That way you'll never spell it wrong. I don't like that, but still it's kind of funny. Can-is, try. Remember, like I said, some will do it chemistry. All the smart alecks will go, oh, it's a mystery to me. But I say no mystery to it, okay? I'm going to teach you what they teach in college. And they still don't learn it in college, but you'll remember it because you're going to draw it. So you guys are eating now. I guess I'll tell you some jokes. Anybody know what H2O is?
Oh.
What?
Water.
What's H2O for?
To keep you alive.
It's for drinking. Did it? What's it for? It's for drinking. If you're in Pismo Beach, what's it for? Surfing. Right. Us chemists, we use a thing called the centigrade scale. Did you ever hear? Instead of Fahrenheit, it's centigrade. Celsius. That way water freezes at 0 degrees and boils at 90 degrees. Oh wait, that's a right angle. You know what a right angle is? No? Okay, you're still eating. I want to show you the modern theory. Has anybody ever heard of quarks? Where?
They can be used to judge how much milk is, like half a
Oh,
quart.
a quart. Okay, but this is a quark. Q-U-A-R-K.
Like maybe in wine bottles.
No. I did this with an auditorium full of teachers, and that's what they said. Like in a wine bottle. One knew quark because there's a space show called something like Deep Star 9 or something. And the guy that serves drink, his name was Quark. So, drinks. Anyway, quarks are what make up protons and neutrons nowadays. They didn't know this 20 years ago. So protons and neutrons are made up of quarks. I won't make you write this down, but there's a top quark that's really big, a bottom quark that's smaller but still big, and then charm and strange. You start hearing about these in the news. All the ones that make up ours are called up quarks, and then there's a bigger down quark. Since you guys are eating, I wanted you guys to draw this, but I'll do it for you.
Yes.
So, what makes protons, you know the charge of an electron? Like electromagnetic, electricity charge, positive or negative? Electrons, I'll give you a hint. Here's how they draw electrons.
Negative.
So electron's negative. A positron is positive. And 3 quarks make it up. You get 2 up quarks, and then you get a down quark. This is what a proton is. Doesn't it look like a little sleeping kind of smiley face kind of thing? Well, have you heard of the Big Bang? You ever heard of the Big Bang? You know Jimmy Neutron, know they talk about that?
Something about San Francisco earthquake.
No, I was in that. It seemed like it.
When the world started.
It doesn't say when it started, but it goes all the way back to when all the matter was, if I can say God's hands. God had it all squished in his hand, and when he let go, it expanded real fast, and that's when matter, all these quarks started forming protons, essentially. And then what happened, gravity took over and started pushing all these protons together. So the elements I was talking about, you'll see this in astronomy books. They'll say they were all made in stars. Did you know stars make elements? What do you think our sun makes?
Elements.
Which one?
Heat.
Gives off heat from
Energy.
nuclear reactions.
Electricity.
The sun makes what element? It takes hydrogen protons, fuses them to make helium. That's what the balloon is. So all this helium was made in stars. Okay. Now, what the sun has to do before it makes helium and all the other stars, guess what? It's got to make a it's got to make a neutron. So what it does, when it pushes 2 of these together, it changes an up quark into a down quark. So you know what that looks like?
Upside down. Upside down.
And what holds these together are things called gluons. So I'm giving you all these technical words. So now you've got 2 down quarks and an up quark. And what holds it together are 3 gluons. I call that the neutron bunny. But that's really what it is. So if somebody came in and said, we're going to teach you particle nuclear physics, would you think that was hard? And then if you see a neutron bunny, what do you think? Easy or hard? So I'm telling you, they don't teach this till you're a graduate physics major in the university. Colleges don't even teach it yet. So you got to be at like Harvard or Stanford or Yale or Caltech, MIT. So neutrons, protons, electrons, they make all the elements. That's what I'm going to show you. Because what I have is a fun, you ever seen the periodic table? The elements?
Yeah.
I did one where it's colorful. It's cool and it's got all these hidden messages I'll show you about. So if we get through the education part of it, then I'll show you the little messages. I'll give you a break where you can yell, scream, jump up and down, stand on your head, do cartwheels, break dance. Anybody break dance anymore? Nobody break dance?
I do.
That's physics. You guys amaze me how you can spin around and defy gravity. That's pure physics. So you'll all get a periodic table too. This is college stuff, and what we'll do is we'll fold it to make compounds. So while you're still eating, I guess I'll...
Hey guys, can you finish?
And I got an
I'm
international...
done.
Take
I'm
your time.
done.
It's all right. It's all right. I have an international space puppy out in the car. We didn't tell the principal that either. But I was going to say, if she got a hold of your food, she'd have been done for 5 minutes. So how about this? If a teacher came in and said, do you know any elements? What would you say? No? Electron? No, these are elements now. So listen to what I do. It's the way the question is asked, because I'll do this with even 6th and 7th graders. I don't know any elements, but watch, once you start going, we already said we know hydrogen, right? Helium, see, he said oxygen. Any elements?
H2O?
You know
Nitrogen, see, you know more than you think already. Any more? Spit them out. Just
H2O?
mercury, H2O is a compound. Hydrogen and oxygen. What you say? Mercury is... Elements.
Hydrochloric acid?
No, that's a compound. That's what we'll teach compounds after the elements. Compounds, elements. Iron, see? Look at it. Now, if a teacher came in, you're all thinking, oh my God, what's an element? Once you relax and just think,
Petroleum?
no, that's a compound. You know a whole bunch.
That's cheating, Paige. You've been with him too long.
I'll tell you a story about the guy that discovered plutonium. You know what the symbol should be for plutonium? It should be PL. And they ran around the lab that you were just calling it PU. And the paper came out, they're like, oh my gosh, it's PU, we didn't change it. Before you knew it, the whole world said, oh, it's PU, it's polonium. So it's stuck. It should have been.
Is that a true story?
Yeah, Glenn Seaborg. Yeah, I know. Before he died. Teacher will get mad at me for this one. What do you think they named plutonium after? Pluto. There's an element next to that named Neptunium. What do you think they named that after?
Neptune.
All right, you'll never guess this. What do you think they named uranium after?
Uranus.
Not mine. I wasn't even born yet. More elements. More elements. Elements. Anybody wear jewelry? What kind of jewelry elements you like?
Diamonds.
Gold. Diamonds is carbon.
Silver.
Gold is AU.
Gold.
Silver.
Minerals.
Minerals are compounds again. See, you're so far beyond elements. Just relax. We'll get. Rubies are compounds. Iron we got.
Copper.
Copper. See, there's one. Look how many we got already. 10 minutes. 10. Look at it. SN for Stannis. Anybody brush your teeth?
No.
Anybody read the label? What's
Baking soda.
bacon soda's one? That's good.
Oh.
Bronze is a compound of tin and tin, copper, and then there was another one that came good for your bones?
Calcium.
Calcium. See, that's that. Fluorine, right. Fluoride is the salt. Fluoride, fluorine. Sodium, see? Look at this now. Any other elements? No, that's not one. Uranium, molybdenite? Is that what you're saying? Chlorine? Any other ones? There's 92 essentially that occur naturally on Earth. So any other? We got silver, gold. Anybody know what's worth more than gold? Diamonds is carbon, but metals. How about cars? Anybody here of the catalytic converter?
Titanium.
Titanium's a good one. They use that in the spacecraft. This is hard. Aluminum? Look at that. See, you guys are going to have the whole table of the elements. You've never even seen it before. Chlorine we got. Platinum, right. Platinum is worth so much money. I just saw that it went up and it actually went down $1. In your catalytic converters, they got palladium now. That's worth a lot of money too. So gold and silver, that's old school. Platinum, palladium. How about vitamins? Does anybody ever read the label on your vitamin thing?
Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin
Those are compounds with these elements. We've got everything except the kitchen zinc.
The stove.
Zinc, right? Metals, how about stainless steel is carbon and iron. Any others? Say it, just say it. Oil's a compound again, like petroleum. Steel is a compound. Minerals are compounds. Let's see, did we do the money? You got a penny and then copper is penny. What's after a penny? Nickel. Nickel's a popular one too.
A quarter. A wood.
Any other elements? Let's see one. I know you're forgetting a couple. How about batteries? Have you ever seen rechargeable batteries?
Yeah.
Nickel,
Quarter.
cadmium, nickel, cadmium. We got cadmium. We got zinc. We got. Okay, this is why you young ladies need to learn chemistry. Because when a boy wants to marry you and he says, "That's a diamond on your ring," what if it's? Did you ever hear of zirconium?
Nope.
He'll try to fake you. So if you take zirconium and put it on glass, it'll break. So we got what else? Zirconium. Glass is silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide. We've got silicon. You ever hear of Silicon Valley with computers? How can we forget that? You know what silicon dioxide is? The most abundant mineral in the earth. Sand. Any other elements?
Rubidium.
Rubidium. Look at this. See? We've got our own periodic table right here. Einsteinium. Look at that. See? The only one thinking. Did you ever hear of Einsteinium? It's one they made. I want to know something. If Einstein knew so much about gravity, how come his hair stood straight up? Does anything go faster than the speed of light? Wait till you grow up. Your paycheck will vanish. Americium was named for America. How about curium? Did you ever hear of Marie Curie? Curium? Marie Curie? Nobody's heard of Marie Curie anymore. Only person, yeah, Mariah Carey. The only person to win or earn a Nobel Prize in chemistry and physics was a woman, and it was in the 1900s when she couldn't even get a job teaching. But once she got her first Nobel Prize, then they're like, oh, okay, we'll make you first woman professor ever. So, but anyway, physics and chemistry, do you know how hard that is? There's one guy that's got 2 in physics, but nobody else has 2 Nobel Prizes in chemistry and physics. And even though